Israel is the third most cyber attacked country in the world, on the receiving end of 3.5% of every cyber attack on the planet. And its war with Iran has had ceasefires, but there is no ceasefire in cyberspace. 2025 was a record-breaking year with more than 26,000 incidents handled in a single year, up 55% from 2024. Joining me now to unpack what this surge means and where the defensive technology is heading is Judah Taub, managing partner of Hetz Ventures and one of Israel's leading AI and cybersecurity investors. Hello, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So, like we just heard, on top of breaking records last year, Israel says already there have been 4,800 cyber incidents in the past month. How serious are these, and give kind of the range of what a cyber attack looks like?
Yeah, these are pretty serious. So it's from relatively small attacks, which could be against sort of small law firms, and it feels like it's more spray and pray. But we're seeing this graduate towards more serious coordinated attacks that to a large extent are state organized. And this is because cyber is gradually filling that gray zone between war and peace. It allows nations to deny responsibility. It's fairly cheap, especially once you get malware placed within the infrastructure. And finally, it's not got a clear border. It's the entire economy.
I mean, the hacking, I imagine, before the war was done separately. We've heard about this before, but how is the regime in Iran now playing into it? Are they giving them money? Are they trying to learn know-how to be able to, have even more extreme attacks on Israel?
Yes, so cyber attackers are starting to scale a little bit like startups. So an easy way to think about this is maybe like once upon a time they were craftsmen. So they were working independently, where each of these attackers had to do everything within the chain. And now they're sharing intelligence. So successful techniques, vulnerabilities. If one group is particularly good at writing the malware and a different one is better off at carrying out the attack, it just makes every single hack that they find infinitely more powerful and really expose it. I mean, another way to think about it is a bit like a football team, where the defense has to make sure that every single shot is blocked, and the attack has to make sure that only one ball goes into the net to win the game. And when the state is coordinating between so many different players, it just becomes that much more threatening.
Now, I mean, just how dangerous is this? I mean, are they getting access to, government secrets, Mossad? I mean, is this a real fear that can translate to, more war and those of us on the ground that are not in this world?
So I would differentiate between the fear, which is real, and Israel is taking this very, very seriously. And at the same time, the level of success that the Iranians have seen, which has so far, thankfully, been somewhat sort of mitigated and minimal. The main two changes I would highlight is the first is that the Iranians have learned that cybersecurity is more like a supply chain problem. So once upon a time, you may have tried to attack the biggest sort of juiciest parts of the supply chain, which may have been, like you said, the Mossad or an electric company or something like that. And today they're learning that you don't have to hit the places that might be sort of the biggest place within Israel, but even a weak link, a law firm, an accounting firm, someone who has unique data that could potentially scare investors from abroad. And that already is an easier target and can have a pretty big sort of effect. And then the second thing is that we're seeing this globally, is that thanks to AI, the cost of defending, but even more so attacking, is just going down. And so we're finding ourselves in Israel and soon to be globally against an army that is able to dramatically expand their footprint thanks to the costs of AI.
All right, Judah Taub, thank you very much. And congratulations on your new book, Israel's Potential. So you could also check that out and learn more about what you have to offer on this very complicated but scary situation.
Thank you very much.
For decades, Hezbollah's tunnels were dug right under Israel's nose, but only now is the region discovering just how much larger and more extensive the network is than anyone ever imagined. Missiles, living quarters, food supplies, weapons stockpiles, and even the raid plans that were waiting for the right day. Michal Rabinovich from our sister Hebrew channel spoke to senior military figures about what these tunnels reveal and what comes next under the auspices of the Israel-Lebanon Framework Agreement.